So hello and welcome to episode 24 of Nightmare Down Under, where we play the game GearCity Down Under in Australia on Nightmare difficulty. We started in 1900, now it is March 1953. We are doing extremely well, mainly because our main competitor, Hoopsy, is in serious trouble. So they now have a couple more cars again on the market, so Roadster, Shooting Brake and so on, but that's just filling some holes in the market, and neither of those are really in demand. There's a new competitor, Belt. They're selling a limousine for start, so that's not sure what they're going to do. And the big change in the last episode was that we have the sedan market to our own, so neither Michigan Motors nor Apeson have a sedan in their current lineup. This is probably going to change, because Michigan Motors, as you can see, is basically everything else. Apeson is also in trouble. That's probably another important thing. So they have the only thing they effectively sell is a compact SUV, and no one wants Lando Lays, and they can't supply the coupe. So one thing we could do, because we're running out of a production capacity, we're getting a factory in 14 months. Good thing we started that. A bit of a pity that we destroyed that a short while earlier. The thing is, though, with current Sydney, we can expand, but that's insanely expensive. So either we get one more line for 10 million, or have to pay up to 100 million for a couple more lines, and I don't think I'm going to do that, because once others have a sedan on the market, we are going to be back to more sane numbers, and also in a year Melbourne is online a bit longer, and then things look better as well. So let's adjust as much as we can. So the 28 sedan, there we have some extra capacity. Sedan LX at the limit, Gran Coupe at the limit. So I'm simply making the LX and the Gran Coupe a bit more expensive. So nice monopoly pricing again. So in 3 months we're getting our new compact car with a fix to engine and drivetrain, because the old one had insanely high fuel economy, or low fuel economy. And then let's see what the competitors are doing, because I don't think this is going to be as cakewalk-ish as it is at the moment. So 7.1 million cash flow in 1 month, and we still can't fulfill the demand. What we can fulfill, so we got a nice extra contract for our Grand Kangaroo, the Adelaide commercial fleet. So what we can do is we have plenty of reserves for our Dingo, so that we shift the production line for a month from making Dingos to making sedan LXs. And the other simply something we have to suffer. Can we make more Wombats? Nope. Everything is right at the limit. Less flatbacks, 1.7, that works. And then let's make more 28 sedans. I don't have to sunset them just yet. And how about emus? That's 1.25. Nope, I actually need these. So more invasions somewhere in the world. Compact car in 2, so we can start sunsetting the Wombat. No, we're actually missing sales for it, so no. We are sunsetting it effectively. The new one's going to be even better with the fixed fuel economy. So here everything is fine. So I'm simply producing as much as I can of everything else, so I have a few reserves to draw on when to put the new Wombat into production. Okay, things stabilized a little bit. New competition. Okay, belt. Let's see whether they're doing more. New contract requests. Nothing here. So, old Wombat goes, and that's easy. And new Wombat goes into production. So 1.5 was the old. 1.4 is the new, so we can sell it for probably... Yeah, this is much, much, much better. So we can sell it for a pretty substantial price. And we can also increase the price for the Dingo a bit. So we have to resume Dingo production too. So less sedans, emus, and Grand Kangaroos. So probably one more for the Wombat. One more for the Dingo. And we can probably have to keep the emu actually. Just make a few less. So let's see whether this works with Wombat demand. Otherwise, get our sedan in 7, have to stop production of the old Wombat. Dingo is still excellent in terms of rating, so that one will last, and that's important. And the others are also fine. Grand Kangaroo is a bit dropping, but as soon as we get competition, we're going to give it a makeover, but not now. How is the pension fund doing? It's shrinking. I think we had 3 million in it at some point. So probably need some good injection of funds. That's a 4 million? Yes. Shareholder morale is good, so we're paying nice dividends per share. What does the press think of the new Wombat? They got their hands on it and they're doing the test. Speed demon, so that they like the speeds, that we put our 56 horsepower engine in a small car. It's a blazing 31 seconds to 100, and also torque is great. They love the handling. Interior isn't that great. It's not spacious. Very good QA. Very dependable. Excellent fuel economy. And terrible in terms of safety. But overall, it's great. Our Dingo A is still the most fuel efficient car on the planet. That's nice. So then let's see how it sells. Whoa, okay, so we can... Do we have some... no production capacity left. So we can make it somewhat more expensive. So otherwise we have, yeah, our production capacity is basically adequate. Having a bit of reserves for our Grand Kangaroo, but that can't really be helped. What I should do is make as many Dingos as I can so that I can switch production lines if needed. If it were ever so easy in the real world, simply switching the type of production from one line to the next. What is Belt doing? Well, a Phaeton, they really have an excellent grasp of where the market is heading. I think they picked now the 2 lowest scoring cars in terms of demand. Yeah, so then we simply have to live with the missed sales for the Wombat, and we probably will have run into the same issue with the Sedan, which all will change as soon as we get competition. So one thing we can do well is compact cars, not that, and there is a reasonably high demand for them actually, for at least for the actual compact, not so much for the microcar. Okay, things have stabilized a little bit for the rest, but not that we can make huge reserves. Can probably swap the Emu for one round and make some more Wombats and see whether this helps. Yeah, so that did the trick. So we can make two. Yeah. Let's build some reserves because we're going to need the reserves for sedan production, which we're getting in 3. Okay, more pension stuff. Yeah, got money coming out of our ears. Just produce like a madman. What's the unit cost? 209, so that's then probably the lowest that we can get. Good thing we made Melbourne pretty high-tech, so we should be able to produce a fair amount of cars in the production lines over there. Still no missed sales. Sedan is slowly sunsetting, and that's important. So I can cut production a bit. New contract. Let's see what the Australian Army wants. Best compact car in the entire world, so let's license it out as well. Some more NASCAR, some more competition. So let's outsource our compact, Wombat. And let's go for some more royalties. Just curious, what Brisbane Police Force, they want the Gran Coupe, which is going to be phased out. So no. Ireland Army, they want the pickup truck. That fits. So let's see whether they want ours. And the Australian Army wants a van, which we don't produce. So we can make aircraft engines or ship engines. Adelaide Shipyard. They want engines we actually have. That's a bit an oddly low requirement. So that's our newest engine, right? No. Yes, it is. Should be. The 1390, let's check. Yeah. So we can submit that offer. Good that we looked. Oh, and we need to invest something into R&D. So we might not have to, since we can, or not have to for a fair amount of time, since we can simply update components now. So this, at least that we don't have our skills deteriorate. So cutting back sedan production a bit. Probably actually don't need to reduce the production lines. So making enough stuff can reduce the Wombat. So that should last a while. And can put it back onto the Emu, eating through reserves. So 1,850 sedans. and 1200 LXs. So I have one extra production line, which I don't need at the moment, so that's a good sign. Can make a Grand Kangaroo A. Yes, and I have some more reserves here. So, sedan. And of course interested to see what our competitors are doing. I hope see whether they're still dying off or whether they managed to turn the corner. Okay, both sedans are gone. Great. Research complete. Kangaroo A. Then let's put it into production. So no more sedans, no more sedans Alexas. I would strongly suspect that we can simply sell everything. 3,200, I'm not sure. Probably low, the figures speak for themselves. Even if it's only one. So sales price. So it's much better. So we can probably make it a bit cheaper since it's essentially the cheaper version. So something like this. We are still selling it to the middle of the market. So I can stop production of the other two. So now the only old thing left is the Gran Coupe, and we're going to change that in a minute. Can probably retire some stuff too. So the MRO gearbox can go. The 395cc2 engine can go. The old long wheelbase chassis can go. That's probably now out of production for a while. So we could modify the engine now, but that doesn't change much. And the other two engines are pretty expensive to modify, so that doesn't make sense. But gearbox, so we can modify both new gearboxes, so that will help us with the research. So the engine stuff is fine, can't change that. And with the gearbox we might be able to get some extra skills for the Gran Coupe. But now, before we get onto our Gran Coupe, let's just have a look at sales, because they were fantastic this time around. The Emu is still in the tops, among the top sellers on the second page at the bottom. Yes. Hoopsie. At least they seem to arrested the fall. What is Belt doing? Yeah, as to be expected, they have nothing really useful to sell. Michigan Motors, they're making some dough. Apson is probably a goner. Their profits are worse. So still plenty of companies, and Apson is among the worst performing ones, that don't make, and Burnt All also. So we have a big consolidation wave ahead. Michigan Motors is the most profitable company in the world. Are we among them? Yes, we are. So we still make the first page. Okay, so sedan in production, sedan on the market. What does the press say? Kangaroo A. The sedan segment is not for everyone, but for almost everyone, right? Any changes here? Yeah, so... And the full-size sedan and sedan, they're the most demand, and also the coupe utility. Yes, next up would be the 2+2. And we're going to get to that. And pickup truck is also pretty popular, as is the compact car. But I wanted to read about the Kangaroo A. It seems to have everything you want in a daily driver, not overly powerful, but enough punch to get up and go. So engine is fine. Torque is reasonable. Average on the track. Not good in terms of reliability, okay. But they love the fuel economy. Average safety and otherwise pretty good. So that works. So now the final pre-war car that we tackle then, almost 10 years after the war. A new Gran Coupe. Unibody platform. That's something to keep in mind when choosing how the car looks. So let's look at how the car actually looks. So it's this one. So with, yeah, so something like that. So let's get back to modifying. Unibody. I don't know what engine they want. Let's see. We can check both. Same with gearbox. So it's 4 different configurations that we have to check. So let's put the automatic. We could there are 3 gearboxes to choose from actually. Although this, I doubt this will work. This is more for the pickup. Anyway. So small engine automatic is 4246. It will be a new body, but let's choose that we have the right one. So 2+2 coupe, so 3-door. Oh, this is probably a bit too large. This more. Did we have the so this is the style that we want, just with 2 doors essentially. Is this similar enough? Probably. Just a bit smaller. 650, so something like this. Now this is older. That could be the other alternative, which is basically the same car, just with 2 doors. 565. 650. So this is pretty tiny. All this. I think that's the same one as here. Yeah. Just without these additional things. These are massive. You could also interpret this as a coupe, but not on the same unibody. Again, in game to mechanic terms, it doesn't matter. This just looks different. There's a bit larger though. 611. If this had door handles, 606. (662). Is this similar enough to the... I think so. 681. 662. Slightly smaller. So the Chanzi. And this is all something else. Yeah, then let's pick that. So 42, 46 with this combination. Let's try the others. So new platform, big engine automatic. Same. Stop. Correct body. Yeah, but still the same. 42, 46. So engine doesn't matter, then we can pick the bigger one. Because I suppose they like some performance. Do they want a manual? 42, 47. Yes, they want the manual, unless the Body makes things worse again. Nope. Okay. They get the manual. Top speed 134. Nice acceleration. So probably more like upper middle. So here we can go a little bit to town. So they want performance above everything else. Reliability makes a difference. Utility doesn't. Market demographic just makes things worse. Cargo doesn't matter, safety doesn't really matter. It makes things worse because of weight, I suppose. Well, material quality also makes a difference, as does interior quality. So if we say 15 months, 1.7, 14 months, 2.1. Can go 14 months, that's fine. If we say 46, we are happy with that. No, I think some reliability is not bad. And if we want to have more, that's quite a bit more. Can always do a bit more with a facelift, which we don't have to do at the moment. So they want the manual, so we can modify the manual. Give it a major modification. And do this all over. So we had updated the chassis, right? No, we hadn't. So let's just do that. Yeah, we get some extra dependability, so that's worth doing. They want the bigger engine. We had updated that one. We hadn't updated the smaller one. But there isn't that much to update about that. So, Gran Coupe, new generation, unibody, bigger engine, manual gearbox, and the new body, upper middle. Oh, 49, nice, they really want that. They really care about this stuff. And sliders seem to be quite perfect. Don't want anything about the rest. No, no cargo, no safety, no real interior quality. So that was worth doing. Yeah, so top speed 134, actually the most sporty one that we have at the moment. And 14 months 2.5 million, 15 months 2 million, 15 months. There is no real rush. And it's... So what's smaller than a kangaroo? A little bit? A wallaroo. That's the wallaroo A. So if we ever going to be making a normal coupe, that would be then the wallaby. So, Gran Coupe in the works. Melbourne factory in 4. And what do we need to do in terms of... Yeah, so we don't, at the moment, don't need the extra gearbox research. Just the engine research to stabilize things a little bit. That we don't forget things. Otherwise, we don't need the 18-cylinder or the Wankel engine or the twin turbocharger. Okay, then let's brace for the missing sales for the sedan. Yeah. 850 missing sales. So not sure we can do, so we can make it more expensive. Not sure we can do anything about that at the moment. Just basically producing as much as we can cut production somewhere. Yeah, we can. So less Grand Kangaroos. And let's dump this into the Kangaroo. 4-1. That actually should be plenty. So Wombat is slowly selling off reserves. Flatback is fine. Can make 3-6 emus. Okay, so we have ample production capacity. So so it was correct not to expand Sydney massively. 700, 600 dingoes. And Gran Coupe is good. So we don't really even need Melbourne, although we will for the Gran Coupe if we have the same issue. What I will probably do is move production over of the Dingo and the Wombat. Dingo sales drop. Is this competition? And Sedan sales dropped, yeah, so that's, I suspect, competition. So let's have a look. Yeah, so Belt has a Sedan, and it's actually not that bad. But we can make ours a bit cheaper. So we have pretty high unit costs for our Sedan. And the suspect... and Apesen has a microcar. So 500 dingoes. That should probably be fine for the time being. So one more emu. Or a couple more emus. And 2,000 kangaroos. What I'm going to do is make a second kangaroo trim, the upscale one. So we compete better in that segment. And 2,200 wombats. So our big team is working on the coupe, and now I'll put our small team on the new trim for the kangaroo. New trim. Let's just see whether they also want the bigger engine. Maybe they won't. So this is 4043. And this is 4143. Not the most helpful thing. Let's have a closer look. So if I increase reliability slightly, I'm getting 44 with the bigger engine. Okay, yeah, so they want the bigger engine. So new trim. With the automatic. And that's then the 2.3 LX. So then I'm going to have some more reliability. Can also go to town with this stuff. Some more cargo, some more performance, yes. Some more safety. Some more quality, yes. This makes a difference. Okay. And this is for upper middle. So then this is a really good sedan. And everything is exactly at the limit to the 46. Also a very good, very high absolute score. So the Kangaroo A 2.3 LX. 6 months? Has to be 6 months. Okay. Finally some competition, because otherwise this would have been very boring. Now we have to work. So tons of dingo reserves, but that's then simply a sunset at some point. 2.9 Grand Kangaroos. Or 2.8. Emus are fine. Flatbacks are fine. Sedan is selling of the reserves. And Wombat is kind of make a few less. So next month Melbourne. So I'm moving. Am I moving stuff over? I should. Otherwise I'll simply have an idle factory. There's no sense in that. So this is, how many lines did I put in? 10. So 2000 wombats are how many? 4 lines. And 466 dingoes. So then we have some open lines in both, and I suspect with the Gran Coupe in 11 months, things are going to be looking quite different. And I will also need, the extra production capacity for the second sedan trim. So otherwise, and let's then compare the unit costs, because Melbourne is more technologically advanced. Two 6 Grand Kangaroos. I think the rest is fine for the time being. Factory unit costs. Not much difference actually. 240, 231. Belts is... Why are they selling so well? Why are they selling more than ours? Ours is better and cheaper. But that's going to be changing when we're having 2 different trims. So doesn't matter. And our microcar... Probably better marketing or something. We have the money for marketing, so let's try that. No, I know. One thing after the other. One is the reconditioning. I'll try marketing next time around, so I have to adjust production again probably. Yeah, here nothing has changed. So how much impact had the reconditioning of branches? And then I'm going to increase marketing. Yep, some increases. Some massive increases, 4.3 to 4,300 emus. $2,400 wombats, yeah, that made a difference. 1,400 is sufficient. So 2,800 kangaroos. There are the reserves sold off. 1,900 flatbacks. Still have some reserves for that. 3.5 kangaroo A. Wow. Yeah, that made a bit of an impact. 600. No, we have plenty of microcars left. So, now let's try some more marketing, since we still have production capacity left. So let's some newspaper attacks, billboard presence, more magazine presence, some more event sponsoring, some more radio, and maybe a few TV spots. Let's keep things as they are now, and then see what the impact is of some more TV spots, or of our very first TV spots. That's not that much of an impact, actually. Except for the Coupe utility. 4.9. 2.6 Wombat, so it's a little bit of everything, so it's actually working well. Kangaroos, can I make some more reserves? $2,000 flatbacks. That's the next production line. Yeah, so good that we have Melbourne. I think this is a nice lever to... And less Grand Kangaroos. Competition? Yes. So Hash is new. Who is Hash? So that's one thing we might do then next turn. We're getting our new trim for the sedan. So who's Hash? In Sydney. Did I look at Sydney? Michigan Motors Mark. Okay. So what I'm going to put our small team on then is giving the Grand Kangaroo a facelift. And no TV spots for us, because I think now it's more like, can we produce all the sedans that we need? Alright, so... more Grand Coupes. Contract denied. But now we are making our flatback for the Ireland army. And we need to put our new Kangaroo into production. So 1.7, and here it's probably a few less, 2.1. And let's adjust prices. So this is the more expensive one, and it's also better. But not that much more expensive, actually. And this is the cheaper one, which we can't actually sell that cheaply. So here we have the left side is 2.1. And here we have the right side was 2.1. Yeah, it's a bit of an overlap. So our Kangaroo A is a bit too expensive. But can't help that for the time being. So I have no idea whether this production stuff works. Whether we're making enough. How to split 2 into 1. But anyway, 1.7 Grand Coupes. 4.7 emus. Can increase flatback production for the army contract. And a few less wombats. So now we got some full-size competition. I think the oldest car that we have now is, or almost the oldest one, is the Grand Kangaroo. So our small team goes to work on this one. So chassis. We had a modification and this is now going to be pretty expensive. Don't think we need to do that just now. The engine had its makeover. The gearbox I didn't have a makeover yet, so let's do that. The automatic. So, still getting the gearbox skills. And then let's put the new Grand Kangaroo A into development. So, same body. Fuel consumption is optimal. I like to hear that. So, I guess we can do some stuff. Some performance, some reliability, cargo space, safety, quality, quality. So here, that's something we certainly can do in 4 months. Can we do some more before we get the penalty? Yes. So 6 months, 800,000. Upper middle class. That works. I think for the same cost, so rating. Yeah, this looks great. So Grand Kangaroo 8. So let's see how the sedan. Let's see what the press says about the new trim. Is it really a better sedan than the Chimeras? We should be happy with our results. The power is impressive. And they also love the torque. Handling and driving is excellent. Just enough cushion on the seats that it's a nicely made sofa. It's not exactly roomy, but a good build quality. Very dependable. Good fuel economy. And nice safety, so this looks awesome. One thing I remember vaguely is the European mountain climb has sedans, but they have all V8s with 200 horsepower, so one with 182, so we're still behind that. And there's a compact car rally, but also pan-Euro. As soon as something gets world stuff, then maybe. For the time being, I don't really feel the need to engineer for that. I'd rather enjoy being a little bit of a cheapskate. And let's see how we're going to sell. Renew contract? Yes, please. Okay, so wow. We're selling a lot more. We're selling amounts slightly less than before A's, and we would have been able to sell a ton more Kangaroo A 2.3 LX. So they're really eating up the more luxurious version of the sedan. Very nice. So we can make 2,000 standard Kangaroos. And we're running out of space for our 2+2. So 1.9 is fine. 2.5. Yeah. And we can probably make both a little bit more expensive, actually. So that worked well. Yeah, and I have to probably update Melbourne anyway, because we're out of production capacity for the Gran Coupe. Contract completed, so the Irish Army loves me. So expand Melbourne. 9 more lines in 6 months for 40 million, yes please. How's the rest working? Pretty well. For 5,000 emus. Two to 6 flatbacks. Yeah, so that's already included. 2 more kangaroo A's. Can't do that. I increased the price, so that should be fine. Can I make more wombats? I can and I should. Next production line to 8. Dingoes. Just maxing things. So we're not losing too much sleep over our competition. So now with the adjusted prices, let's check how we fare against Belt in the sedan market. No, Hash was it, Belt was the full size, or the other way around. They want some extra pensions, okay. Failed our tax audit, so again penalties on the accounting side. Let's see, a couple new army projects, maybe, or pick up fits again. Best compact car, best coupe utility, best sedan in Australia. Folding racing series, new racing series, and new competition, but not here. So a few less wombats to 6. More kangaroo A's. Can't do that. Kangaroo LX is fine. 4 8 emus. 3 6 grand kangaroos. So I can, yeah, so the 3 LX sells extremely well. And the Kangaroo A sells good enough, sells well enough. So we're not afraid of Belt. And here against Hash and Michigan Motors, we're simply winning on price. And probably dealerships, because the Hash is actually pretty good, but I suspect that mark has no real recognition here. And we're going to get our new full-size sedan in 3 months anyway. Okay, have things now. So we have a new flatback competitor, a new pickup competitor, because that's now a big drop. And Grand Kangaroo A2, so we can have to start sunsetting that one. So flatback, what happened? Because we have any competitor. We get a ton of competitors. Epson, Michigan Motors, and Belt, they all thought, why not make a pickup truck? So we need 1,000 flatbacks. Can we Should we do something about the price? No, we're selling it slightly over unit costs, and we are still the cheapest one. So that accounts for something. They simply have a huge ton more. And that makes all the difference. So sunsetting the Grand Kangaroo A, which is also by now 6 years old. So 2-2. And then we're ready in 2 months. Yeah, so we're slowly selling off the pickup truck reserves. 3,000 wombats, and that should check the sales. So now we can have a limited slip diff. So 3,000 wombats. Kangaroos are stable. They're slowly building up reserves, not that fast. So Grand Kangaroo, a few less, 2,000. And Microcar, 450. Yeah, that isn't that brilliant. So let's check the sales and company figures. We are in here, the coupe utility, yes. So second page, middle of second page, that's relatively higher than last time round. We're probably not anywhere in all time, are we? No. But all time coupe utility, yes. That's quite easily so. How's full size doing? Could expect. Grand Kangaroo A 167,000. Yes, we are easily on the first page, so that works too. Company directory. Hope-C, they stabilized, but they're still eating through their cash reserves. Michigan Motors are very comfortable. Apeson has also stabilized. And Belt is now making money right and left and right. So next month, full size sedan. So lots of missed sales, but that's okay. The new one is coming. $3,200 wombats. Or 3811. Probably just a fad. 5,500 emus. 5,500 emus. So flatback is eating through our reserves. Kangaroo sales are stable, wombat sales are stable. Okay, then let's put the new one onto the market. I think price-wise we were fine. The new one is much better and cheaper to make, so that works for me. Let's just undercut hash a little bit. Cut production of the old one. And the new one, 3,500. Let's see. We might actually wait to put the 2+2 on the market till we have the Melbourne upgrade. What does the press think? So the full-size segment is not for everyone, but the new Grand Kangaroo A may be the vehicle for you. So it can hold its own on the track, so power is fine. But also below average, so I'm not sure what they want. It's mundane. Torque is okay. It's a very mundane interior, between above average and good in terms of cargo space. Good quality, so I think our build quality issues are now solved that we had in the past. That's our skills then going up since we are making more stuff. Very dependable, very economical, bare minimum in terms of safety, so overall great. How well does it sell? I should have ended the production of the old one. Yeah, that of course screws things up. Lots of missed sales for the Gran Coupe. So, and the Grand Kangaroo A. So the Gran Coupe A is gone, so I'm simply using then this opportunity to put the new Wallaroo on the market right away. And simply all that I have, 1.6 and probably not 3,000. Probably not 3,000. Although, why not? Seems to be the only one on the market anyway. And the rating is fantastic. So then can actually make it a bit more exclusive than the Grand Kangaroo. Do you have any competition? We have a hash in... No, that's 2+2. Nope. We have the market to our own, so I suspect someone exited the market. Yeah, the Michigan Motors Jane is gone. Like now? No, like a while ago. But there is... I'm not sure what this jump in sales comes from. But I'm not complaining. So then let's end production now and Melbourne upgrade next time round. So now we can discontinue a couple more things. So here we are still doing fine. Yeah, so the old 2.4 meter perimeter frame chassis can go. The old 1932 engine can go. And the 1938 pre-war gearbox can go. Great, so now we are in the nice comfortable position that we have no pre-war stuff, that our sales go extremely well. Just check the pension funds. Okay, they're going up, I think. Shareholders are happy. Shareholders are really happy. They're getting a nice dividend. What did we... Yeah, so our profits go through the roof as our overall revenue goes through the roof. So we made it through the pre-war years, and now things skyrocket with the post-war boom. And so what's the next thing on the list to do? Because after a finished car is before a finished car. So in terms of age, so when we started designing the short wheelbase stuff in 1945. So this still has 5 more years till we're getting age penalties. So that's not urgent. We're also still getting the chassis skills because they are from 3 years ago. So we have our selection of cars. We could give the Emu a bit of a makeover because the score is dropping, but at the moment we have sales coming out of our ears. Would it be cheaper? Just curious. $100 per unit cheaper, so that's an argument too. Or we build something new, since we have now established platforms. So maybe a regular coupe, because we have a sedan, full-size sedan, a ute. We don't have the engine for a sports car really. We have a 2+2, but not a regular one. We have a pickup truck. Or we could think of a luxury sedan. Touring is probably sort of silly. We have a compact car. Or we build a van. So that's then the options that we have. Of course, it also depends on what the market does. So this seems to be a bit of a more extensive decision. And that's, I think, then a great start going to be for the next episode. See you then.